Tim Walz, after that disastrous performance, of course, he had the moments where he talked about befriending school shooters, which was bizarre. And then
Yes.
he also had the moment where he was called out for lying about being in or around Tiananmen Square. And so both of those things he was talking to reporters about and trying to explain away. The first clip you'll see is reporters asking him, hey, can you clarify what you meant about the whole befriending school shooters thing?
Mhm.
And here is how he responded.
Yeah, and look, you got to see me. These folks know me. I'm super passionate about this. The question come up about school shooting. We're talking about everything except school shootings. And I sat as a member of Congress with the Sandy Hook parents, and it was a profound movement. David Hogg is a good friend of mine. You have seen me do this. I was talking about being people where there are school shooters, and I need to be more specific on that, but I am passionate about this. This one, for my wife and I, is just, as teachers, as parents, is so personal.
He didn't answer the question, which makes me believe he is friends with school shooters.
Well, he said he's friends with David Hogg, and that's
Right.
what he meant, which I don't know that helps him out here at all.
Yeah. That's just bizarre.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
It didn't help.
He excuses to say, no, I'm friends with David Hogg. That's what I meant. Really?
It wasn't helping. He's not helping himself. Yeah.
And also David Hogg went to Harvard. So are you going to treat him as like some sort of elitist, like you say with JD going to Yale?
He gets a pass. Don't you see?
Right.
Just like Mark Cuban gets a pass for being a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the right kind of billionaire. Don't you see, Blondie? There. Come on.
I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking?
You
weren't. He also answered the question about being in China or Hong Kong or wherever he said he was in that summer. And to your point, just with this last clip, I don't think he's particularly good at answering questions. Take a listen.
Yeah, look, I have my dates wrong. I was in Hong Kong and China in 1989. That move from Hong Kong into China, it was profound for me. That was the summer of democracy. I said it's where I understood how sacred democracy was. It's what encouraged me, about 15 back and forth with my students, taking them to China to understand both, first of all, the culture, but also to teach Chinese students about democracy. That was part of it. I was one of the first group of high school students. There weren't a lot of times that there were high school teachers in there that you could teach in a Chinese high school. And so you've seen me. These teachers see me. I speak like everybody else speaks. I need to be clear. I will tell you that. But here's my whole point on that thing with China. I do understand China a hell of a lot better than Donald Trump.
Okay. The Fetterman, I could not concentrate because the Fetterman lurking in the background thing, again, with the reshaping masculinity, like those two together. And you got the visual of him in the background with like his jorts and his black socks. And I'm like, no, we don't want that. We reject that. I don't like it. He's back there and he's like looking at people. Did you guys see that? It's so bad.
But I mean, back to what he was saying. I couldn't concentrate. He said basically, well, I misspoke because I talk like everybody else. And my point was really that I know more about China than Donald Trump.
Yeah, whatever. Why? Because you've spent so much time there canoodling with them? Okay.
My God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was it yesterday, I think, is when we played Chris Farley, like being Walz, like unintentionally being Walz. Mm-hmm. Somebody else made a different comparison, which I also thought was pretty darn good.
Point it out. Yes. He just needs to put a wig on.
They're the same. They
are the same. Put like a little Richard Simmons wig on that guy, and it's the same person. Yeah. Very excitable.
I do not want to see Tim Walz in tiny shorts or a tank top.
Yeah, he's just very effeminate, that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then we all love, we know and love that clip of Trump from the 9/11 ceremony where he caught somebody's eye that was videotaping him and he just like made the look. So somebody has now added the look of JD Vance doing the clock check into that video and they captioned it. I don't have the caption, but what they said was, here's Trump after the debate to JD. And I just thought this was so perfect.
So great. It's just so great.
Right? I just love that so much.
That is perfection.
Okay. I know that I shouldn't say nice things ever about Rachel Maddow and, God forbid, Joy Reid. They're horrible. Like, they're the worst people ever, almost, probably. But I have to say that when they compared that look of JD's to the dramatic chipmunk, I accidentally
the dun 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 chipmunk, that one.
You guys, I mean, I hate both of these women so much, but this was hilarious.
I know that you and I are old enough and have similar enough internet tastes that you remember dramatic chipmunk. There was a number of incidents in the vice presidential debate tonight where J.D. Vance was looking at Tim Walz, looking at him from the side, and then turned without moving his head and raised the eyebrow to the camera like that, basically to make eye contact with the audience at home. Like, do you believe this guy?
It's true, though. And who doesn't love dramatic chipmunk?
Exactly. Which is why I loved it.
This is the thing. They were trying to make it look like that was a bad thing. Rachel and Joy, we love dramatic chipmunk. We love him. God rest his soul. You know that chipmunk is probably dead. Or somebody said it's Miss Cadillac thinks it's a groundhog. I think it could be a groundhog. I think it actually is a groundhog. It's not a chipmunk. It is a prairie dog. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean, it's not like you can. It's not like Rachel and Joy have ever been like outside of a TV studio and they've never touched grass, so they wouldn't know. But I think you're right. It's a groundhog. Or it's a groundhog or a prairie dog.
It's dramatic regardless. So
yes, Steve, before you say it, I do need a prairie dog. I do.
Yes, you do. And what Steve probably needs is this. If you haven't gotten this, Steve, get your butt to nativehydrate.com/fix right now. Because if you are a person like we are that is not a fan of just straight up water.
Yeah, it's gross.
Like,
who wants to drink just plain water? I ask you.
And now the experts are saying stop drinking bottled water because of all the microplastics. Only drink from your tap. So it's like you can't win, right? Because if you drink the bottled water, you're getting poisoned with microplastics. But at least it tastes slightly better than tap water. And then tap water tastes gross. And so what are you supposed to do? Well, I'll tell you. You do this.
Right.
You just get yourself some Native Hydrate. They've got 3 delicious, delicious flavors that are sugar-free. They're sweetened with like extract of stevia, totally natural. And they've got the peach mango, which is delicious. They've got the tangerine, which is our favorite. They've got the mixed berry, which is also awesome.
I love the mixed berry too. Yeah.
So good. You just take a scoop of this, you put it in a glass of water, you mix it up. It is packed with branched chain amino acids, all 9 essential amino acids. This helps with muscle recovery, with your overall vitality. It is the best electrolyte water substitute ever. It's delicious. It's the answer to people that don't like water.
And don't drink that Gatorade garbage.
Oh,
it's so much better than that. If you have teenagers, if you have kids that are athletes or whatever, this stuff is so bomb. It's so
my God. Yeah. It's just the best. And stock up, because right now you can get up to 44% off plus free shipping when you go to nativehydrate.com/ check it out. You mentioned how there were so many videos that you saw of girls kind of swooning over JD Vance. It wasn't just the girls.
I'm going to be honest. Last night, I don't have ovaries. Obviously, I'm a man. But last night when JD Vance went on stage, baby, my body was ticking for pregnancy. He went on stage. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. He was wearing his pink tie. He was compassionate.
It was pink?
He was loving. He comes from 2 Democratic parents. His mom had a drug addiction. Like, babe, he has substance. His mom had substance abuse, but he has substance. And my body looking, oh my God, the blue eyes. Ladies, were we looking at those blue eyes that pierced us? It's almost like we went to Claire's. You know how Claire's does the piercings? Bitch, he pierced my vagina. I don't care what you say.
Oh my God.
I don't care what you say. He did something to me. Spiritually, physically. My God. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, maybe it'll turn some people. Maybe this will do the trick. Because like when I saw a lot of people on Twitter yesterday, a lot of millennials and whatnot who are like, listen, I'm a liberal, but dang, the blue eyes, he's kind of hot. I liked his presence. I like the way he carries himself. I didn't know he was like this. He's changing
We were
minds.
told he was weird.
Right. We were given a total bill of goods that is not what he is. And so, yeah, I mean, he showed some people, and he definitely is a different guy than Walz. He's a guy.
Oh yeah.
And he's a man's man. He's a man's man and he's a woman's man. Whereas Walz is just not.